Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to thank the organizers and Peter Schuster for the invitation to participate in this 100 years of cosmic rays seminar. I am happy to have this opportunity. I will talk about ionizing radiation, and it covers about 100 years or more. There are a lot of discoveries made, and X-rays, electron radioactivity, theories with relativity and quantum mechanics, and then from these, of course, applications and spin-offs. One can call it the golden years of physics. There was a new kind of physics born 100 years ago. The importance of these discoveries can also be observed if you look at the Nobel Prizes given with Röntgen, Becquerel, Pierre Curie, Marie Curie, Rutherford, and then 1911 again once Marie Curie. And then we come to some applications already sorted for the chemistry of radioactive substances. Joliot and Irene Joliot-Curie, new radioactive elements. And after that, we have here 1936, Victor Hess. But going further, George Hevesy for his work on the use of isotopes as tracers. And then still further, Bloch and Purcell, nuclear magnetic resonance methods. And in this time scale, quite recently, in medicine, Cormack and Hound's field for computer tomography, and then Lauterbur and Mansfield again, magnetic imaging, which has connection, of course, to the first work by Bloch and Purcell. Already with the first discovery of the X-ray, it was possible to take pictures of the body. And of course, then ordinary X-ray images were taken. And that means that the three-dimensional body was projected on the one plane of the X-ray field. So you lost already there some kind of depth in the picture. And that was quite early observed that the medical doctors wanted to have a plane of the patient, not the whole projection. And that came first the tomography technique. And it is mentioned here as a geometric one, because in this technique, the X-ray tube and film moved in a certain way, so that you always had the same plane of the patient projected on the film. It was also possible to have it arranged in another way, slowly rotating patient with a rotating film also. But later came the computer tomography, and then still later other techniques, ultrasound, that is quite a small apparatus and cheap compared to all the other methods, we have magnetic imaging, and although it is based on nuclear magnetic resonance, so when early patients heard about that, they started to think and ask the doctors, what is it, the nuclear? Is it dangerous? They had some idea of nucleus and radiation, so they were afraid to go into that machine. So the first step was to leave this nuclear away. So it was magnetic resonance, but also resonance, it didn't tell the common people very much, so they left that. So it is almost now left magnetic imaging, and now the patients are very happy, they are safe there. Other techniques is using isotopes. There is a gamma camera or some kind of scanning device, and then the PET method, positron emission tomography. And these techniques are quite often used in combination. So you have not only just one of these, but you can use a couple of them. Today, earlier, the first X-ray equipment looked like this. It was in hospitals in Helsinki, and this is from the Prof private clinic in Helsinki in 1904. And here is the control panel. Voltage comes here, induction method, and high voltage goes to the X-ray tube. And you can see here two things, and really dangerous ones. First, no sheltering of the X-ray tube, just a glass bulb. And the second one is high voltage, quite free in the no isolation or anything like that. And that one, once as late as 1900, in the 1920s in Finland, there was an accident to this, as the doctor wanted to change the direction of the tube, and he got the high voltage. He was in connection somehow with the nurse. Both died, but the patient was alive. Another funny story with it, that was not a funny story, but a funny story was in the early 90s, it was such excitement about this that an X-ray equipment was brought to a hospital in Oulu, that is in the northern part of Finland. And it came there, but there was no electricity at that time. But that was in a very short time that they managed to have the electricity also there. Today, this is a picture of first aid acute hospital. So you can see it is really a high-tech medicine today. Still, the first X-ray equipment is here, and the nurse is putting in there the film and the cassette, and they are taking a picture of the patient. But high-tech here, really important how it has developed. This can be seen also in this picture giving for radiation therapy. The first part here is diagnosing the patient. You have different kinds here of gamma cameras and tomography and things like that. Everything, all your observations go into the computer, and from there further dose planning, and then you have the fixation of the patient so that the patient in the treatments every time is exactly in the same position. And that is controlled first here by simulating, and you can take the X-ray picture so you see that everything is functioning, and the next step is the radiation treatment. And then of course the following up and such like that. It was not long before people, I mean, when they first took the X-ray pictures, that they realized that there is something also negative with taking pictures, and that is the radiation dose, and it will be of some harm to the patient. And still further, how big the result is here given in this picture. It is the second explosion in Nagasaki with a nuclear explosion. And also from that, and then nuclear power plants and the accidents with these. So actually, when you are talking about radiation, it is first kind of positive, it is beautiful, as they thought first, taking pictures, but then also the drawback with radiation doses, and especially with large doses. So one can talk about the beauty and the beast in connection with ionizing radiation. It is quite easy to measure the dose, and with that I mean the absorbed dose. It is just a physical measurement, and it means you have the absorbed energy in a small mass element. There you have the absorbed dose. And gray is the unit. It means 1 joule per kilogram. And I said that is the physics. And in all these processes, that what is happening in every material, also in living tissue. But you can measure the absorbed dose. But then going further in this, the first thing you need is chemistry, and then still biology. And the further you go down here, the more difficult it will be to tell what is really happening. That is because first it depends on the kind of radiation. For electrons, a few points where it will interact with matter. So in this picture, there is no effect at all on the electron on the DNA. But for an alpha particle with heavily ionizing effects, it is like, now I am exaggerating, but it is like doing a tunnel through the DNA molecule. So these different radiations will cause different effects. And that has to be taken into account. And further, if you go back to patients or ourselves, so different tissues will interact in different ways. And also that has to be taken into account. And it has been decided that one can make at least rough estimates of that. And by that I mean rough estimates because you can have different groups of tissues here. They give them a weighting factor, the same weighting factors. And then the next group with the smaller factors, and then you go down, and here is the remaining ones all together with that. And when you add these factors, you come up to 1. The sum is 1. And that means, in this case, you have gone through the complete body, taking everything into account. So, combining these effects from that, and also from the radiation, you have the weighting factor R for radiation, and absorb those times this weighting factor, it will give you a new one and you call it a sievert. And that is also, again, the geologist in Sweden, Prof. Sievert, that was using ionizing chambers, very small ones, and measuring these doses. And then the tissue factor still here, and summing over the whole body. Radiation, we are living in a radiation field all the time, and they are also sending out radiation. And there is nothing to do anything about that. Potassium here gives a small 400 microsievert dose per year, and these values goes for Finland. And why it is so important it is for Finland? Because we have radon, a lot of radon in Finland, and there is really a lot of radiation. And then, as we are here talking about cosmic radiation and cosmic rays, we have about 300 microsievert per year at sea level. Also, terrestrial radiation gives a lot. And these values, they change every year. That is not meaning that the radon content will change, but the Radiation Protection Institute are doing measurements, so they will have a better value for the radon content. And then, as it is quite a large dose coming from radiation, also building constructors are making better buildings in that sense. In biological material, the first process is the exposure to radiation. And that will mean that you get ionized and excited molecules. And that is a very fast process. You can do nothing about it. Time scale is 10 to minus 15 seconds. And that is, why is it so short? That is the time when an electron is passing a molecule, or when you have a photon coming with the speed of light and so on. So it is immediate. And then it goes further. This is a much longer time. And that is about the time when such an excited molecule or ion will live in tissue before it reacts with some other molecule. And after that, with molecular changes in the tissue, it is just prolonged everything what happens here, and after years it might be seen then cancer or with very heavy radiation, the cell death, and if these cells are a large number, the whole organism will die. For a large dose to an individual, the outcome is known. And with these doses, they are whole body doses. For smaller doses, only statistical outcome. One can never pick out one individual in this population and say you have got a small radiation dose. Now that will happen to you. But taking the whole population, one can statistically say that is the outcome. More still difficulties here to predict anything is that we have these different types of tissues, also the age, sex, man and women, total dose rate, fractionation, and the red value of the radiation and so on. And still the presence of other carcinogens. And altogether, thank you. I have to speed up a bit. I am not going to talk about free radicals. That is a process also for this. And free radicals means that you can have an indirect attack, and the free radical then moves around here and probably hits the DNA, and in that way you have some damage. Usually we are living in this region with probably doses really different. The sickness, radiation sickness comes here, and you see you have to go several decades, and there cut down doses. So taking X-ray pictures, for instance, it is quite sure safe today. The only way to protect yourself is to stay away from radiation. You can't do anything else about that. And now we come to the topic of this seminar, and that is the cosmic rays. It is coming from the sun, solar wind, and then kind of cosmic radiation from somewhere up there, hitting the atmosphere. And interesting here is the energy spectrum of the cosmic rays. And you can see here for very high energies, you can never produce such energies in your laboratories, but also here is the flux. So it is one event per square kilometer and year. So one really has to be patient if one wants to have some knowledge about these very high energies. Some of the electrons and protons are moving around in the magnetic field of the Earth, and you have the Van Allen belts. And then the change of intensity. Here is the dose, radiation dose, microsievert per hour in this picture. But it depends on altitude that we know. It also depends on latitude. And for instance, if you have 10 kilometers, and minimum and maximum means the solar activity here. So we come up to radiation doses like almost, or it is double when you come up to the 10 kilometers. And that is interesting. 10 kilometers you can still go higher up and you get more doses. But 10 kilometers is usually the flight height when you are flying. And here finally I have this table. It is from, say, Helsinki to Frankfurt, or from Stockholm to Vienna. Here it is almost the same as going from Helsinki to Vienna. And when I came here, I had a flight time of 2 hours, a bit 2 hours and 50 minutes. I got 8 microsievert additional. Going back home tomorrow, I will get another 8 microsievert, but that is not very much for me, although Finnair, for some reason, call me a frequent flyer. I am not that frequent. I can go safely with that. But coming here to Vienna, I asked the crew, cabin crew, these nice ladies, I talked to them, and asked, do you get any cosmic ray radiation here in the plane? Do you have any meters here? They said, no meters, but we have heard about it. Yes, what have you heard about it? They get a calculation twice a year telling how much they get radiation. And that means that Finnair, when they are planning the flights, so they can follow up in their office how much they get, and then when they come up to something that is not very good, perhaps, then they say, now you wait the time and you can fly again after some time. Thank you.